And I'm so glad that you decided to click this video. Quick story time on this beat before we get into it. I went to my cousin's wedding over the weekend. I didn't have enough time to do my makeup the way I wanted to, honey. You know, as black people, we always on our own time, but I didn't want to be late because I think it's so rude to be late to somebody's wedding. So I had to do a quick beat, but it turned out super cute. So I thought I would share with you how I achieved this look. On the eyeshadow, I kind of just did 3 colors, and then I kind of did more of an extreme contour than what I usually do. So yeah, and I really like the way that it turned out. So I was like, I'm gonna share this with YouTube, honey, because I slayed and did not play, honey, and I'm slaying right now again. So yeah, y'all should do this a little date night with Bae or whatever, honey. Get yourself together. But without further ado, if you want to see how I achieve this look, stay tuned and click the like, subscribe, and notification bell to know when I posted a slay. Because here, what are we doing? Slaying and not playing about our growth.
Alright guys, so we are starting off with our NYX Gel Control to lay down those hairs. Now we are going to start lining and filling the brow. So I kind of like to start in the middle a little bit and then kind of go with the flow of my natural brow and then start pulling up to fill it in. So with this look, I wanted a pretty dark brow. So once I lined it and filled it to my liking with just the pencil, I went ahead and dipped my brush into some cream pomade for eyebrows to kind of make it a little bit darker. And I'm applying that pomade just by making little strokes throughout the brow, not using too much, just a little stroke here and there, and then brushing it out so the pomade can spread throughout the brow. So now I'm pretty much just going through cleaning up the brow with my concealer. Here's a tip. So when you're doing your brows, if you're not one of those people who's like, my brows is twins. I'm not. My brows is cousins. So this is how you can tell, because when you start to pull that concealer all the way down, your lines should match if they were sitting in the same place. The lines should have just easily connected. As you can see, mine kind of made a little X, so I kind of just started pulling on that concealer a bit till the lines were matched as much as they could be. Now I'm going in with my foundation to clean the top of the brow. Now I'm just pulling that product away from the brow so I can blend it all in. So for me, I would say this step is optional. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I kind of just move some of those hairs with the brush to the front to make it look a little bit more natural, because it kind of blends in with the concealer. So it gives it a more of a natural look. Now I'm applying some brow mascara again to make the eyebrow a little bit darker and to make sure that those hairs lay down. This is something that I learned, which is to set the eyebrows. So I'm just going through with my powder and setting it on the brows. Then I'm going to brush away any of the powder underneath the brow so I can start on the eyeshadow. I'm going to be using my Essentials palette. I'm using the shade Dusty Rose for my transition shade. Now I'm using the shade Cinnamon, and I'm going to tap that all over the eye. Now I am taking a black and tapping that into the corner and the crease of the eye. starting to look like a black eye, but trust the process, honey. Trust the process. Once I have all 3 shades on there, I am blending it out with a bigger eyeshadow brush. Now I am taking the shade Cream and popping that in the inner corner of the eye. Now that I am satisfied with that, it is time to brush away the powder that hasn't set on the brow. You see how kind of calmed down the darkness a little bit and made it a little bit more natural, but you still see brow. It's still giving very much so brow. For this look, I definitely wanted to do a wing. I'm using my Kat Von D eyeliner. So I like to create my wings first, and then I will follow the flow of the wing across the eye. Now it's time to do a little cleanup of any excess shadow that fell underneath the eye and cleaning up that wing if you're not completely satisfied with it. beauties, always remember to moisturize your skin before you put that foundation on. It goes on much smoother. It looks much cleaner. Definitely moisturize first. After that, I'm still going to take my brush and spray it with some rose water, and I'm going to squirt my foundation onto my brush. Now I'm going to start tapping that foundation all over the face. I did use 2 different shades, also 2 different brands. I used Naked and Stay Fresh. I've been seeing this a lot here lately, just kind of applying the concealer at the beginning of the eye and at the end of the eye. So I wanted to go ahead and try this technique to see how it would look. And of course, I am applying the concealer to the places that should be highlighted. So I'm applying to the middle of my forehead, down the center of my nose, and then my chin and the side of the lips. Now it's time to contour. I'm actually using a concealer by Tarte for my contour. I'm just taking it, seeing where my sideburns are, then creating 5 dots, and then I'm going to go across the forehead. Now we are going to snatch that nose, honey. So I'm taking that same Tarte and taking it down the side of the center line that we drew on the nose. Then I'm going to create some lines underneath the contour because I don't really like to use the powder to clean up the contour. I think it looks much cleaner and better to just use concealer. Now we blend. As you can see, when I started tapping that concealer underneath it already started cleaning up that contour. Quiet star. Quiet star. Quiet star. Now I'm just going through, pressing a little bit harder to blend everything out. Sometimes when you're using cream, it takes a little bit longer to blend rather than using a powder to contour. Now I'm applying the powder underneath the eye. So I just take a little bit of powder onto the sponge and then tap it directly into the skin. I haven't been sitting anymore or letting the powder sit anymore just because sometimes it makes your skin look dry. I would say still sit for a while if you want more of a matte look, but if that's not the look that you're going for, then you just want to go ahead and tap that powder directly into the skin. Now it's time to clean that nose up. So I am just blending that right on out, going with the flow of the lines. Once that's blended, you want to put that powder on the sides of the nose to give it more of a snatched natural look. I still had a little bit of powder on to the brush, so I just went ahead and applied some underneath the contour. It's time to bronze. So I'm taking my MAC brown bronzer and going through and going over the places that I contoured. Now I am applying some blush. And I'm going to go ahead and set with my Madison Beard Morphe spray. And then I'm going to tap all the product into the skin after using that setting spray to make sure I really set the makeup. Applying some liner to the lid. Using the shades Cinnamon and Black, we are going to put some shadow under the eye. So I'm going to take Cinnamon and apply it all across the eye. And then when we get to Black, I'm just going to do the outer corner of the eye. Child, my lashes at the bottom is so petty, but I be trying to put a little something on there sometimes. Securing the lashes now. Here I applied a little bit of blush to the nose. It kind of gives back that red undertone. And now I'm highlighting. Yes, and she popping. I could not find the lip liner I was looking for. So this is actually some eyeliner that I was like, it's going to have to work because I needed the shade brown. And I could not find the lip gloss that I wanted. So I went ahead and used my MAC lip gloss and made it work. And here is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and be sure to stay tuned for more content.